Sup nerds, welcome back to my channel. How you do, how you do, how you be, how you bye. It's me, Rummy, and I'm back with another video. Today I am doing a little update on my lording every character in Rivals. I am basically halfway done as of this moment. They are always adding in new people, so the number is always changing, but I'm always lording new people as well. So I wanted to give a little update video of, you know, how's it going so far? Because it's been a while since I've updated you guys on it. Last time I did a video on it, I mastered a third of the characters at the time. And yeah, I'm gonna give you a little update and hopefully give some more advice on how to lord people. So since they added Strike Squad, I've been adding in all the lords that I have to my Strike Squad, so it's easier to see. So we have Adam, Cloak Dagger, Emma, Gambit, Human Torch, Invis Girl, Jeff, Luna, Mantis, Mr. Fantastic, Namor, Psylocke, Rocket, Wanda, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Star-Lord, Thor, Punisher, Ultron, Winter Soldier. And then I have a few people Centurion, which is Blade, Bruce, and Wolverine. And they're almost done. And then I have a few people Captain, and yeah. Get into the practice range, shall we? But first we're gonna start off with the tanks. Yes, I only have one tank still lorded. I only have one, and it's Emma. My next one is probably gonna be either Bruce or Penny. But I am liking Rogue, guys. I'm liking Rogue these days. So my advice for Emma is know that she's really good, like for beginner tanks, because she has the shield and she has range, which is really nice. And then you can, when people are up in your face, you go into diamond form and you just grab them by the throat and you just kick them. You just punch and then they're dead. And once you get the meter in the middle to 100, she is so strong. Look how much faster I'm killing them with 100%. Isn't that insane? And what I like to do, if I have to save if they're not there, I go into diamond form because you actually get to keep it while you're in diamond form, which is really nice. So even if you're not being attacked, you can keep it. You can have your 100% charge by the time they get back. You still got it, and you're still melting them like crazy. We're gonna go in by order here. So first is Punisher for the DPS. Honestly, I don't have much to say for Punisher except like aim. Look at that. Look at that. He's really easy and overall good. And if you got to get close up in their face, shotgun, boom. Really good for squishies, really good to melt the tanks, really good overall. I like to do this when you got to get away, and it does a little bit of damage. So if they're one hit and you have to reload, pop that sucker. For Storm, I like her to be in the back line because you have range, right? And she has, you know, she has the Storm, the speed storm, but I feel like it's barely any mobility. There's barely any difference. So I stay in the back line, but sometimes I like to get up in their face and then use my E ability to do the lightning charge, and that does damage. And it's really nice. Really helpful. And what helped me lord her really fast to get a lot of the kills was the Jeff Nato, honestly, because the Jeff Nato is really insane. I'm not gonna lie, I miss her team up with Johnny. The Flame Tornado was amazing. I hope they bring that back one day. For Squirrel Girl, I don't have much to say because she's kind of like Punisher. She's really easy. Even if you can't aim, you can aim at the ground and it ricochets and does damage. And then you can stun them, make sure they can't move, and then you can jump up to get away if people are dodging you. And if you're running out of your abilities, you just use your E and then you can do it again. It takes 3 acorns to kill a DPS. Look at that. And you can hit them, you can bounce it off a wall to hit them. And if you need to reload, but you need to use an ability, you can just use your E. You automatically reload and you have an ability. So it's quite nice. For Spider-Man, I don't really have much to say except he's really hard. So, you know, if you're messing up, you're having a hard time, it's totally understandable. I say he's the hardest character, but you want to stick people. And once you stick them with your sticky web, you actually do more damage against them. And yeah, so you want to just, you know, move really fast. You want to be all around in the face, grab them, punch them, then Spidey away. And yeah, you're just being a little menace to society as Spider-Man, as you guys know from playing the game, because I'm sure you've run into a Spider-Man that's just like this. I will say he does have a settings that I recommend turning off. The setting for the auto swing, I recommend turning that off so you can just quickly go like this, because you can't do that. It'll take you automatically up to the top. But when you need to just quickly move, go to like a healing thing right here to heal up, and you can dodge away. And yeah, that's all the advice I can really give for Spider-Man. And of course, his ult's like instantly killing a support, you know? It's insane. For my boy Peter Quill, he's a dive, you know? You just gotta be up in their face. The closer you are, the more damage your guns do. So if I go back here, I do way less damage than when I am up in their face like this. And then what I like to do is fly and then use my E ability, so I'm like up in their face and I'm moving around, so they can't really hit me well. You just want to be up in there, and then you could dodge away. I really like him. Obviously, I used to main him. For Namor, it's really simple. You just put your squids down and you attack. Once you attack, your squids do the rest for you. It's really good. Really helpful. And then you can just use your abilities. Just make sure you're always putting down your squids to help you. And if you hit headshots, you actually do more damage with your squids. And I noticed with his right click ability, it does a little splash damage, so even if you don't 100% hit him, it still hits him. For Psylocke, she's an assassin, a flanking assassin, so you want to be like, you want to be silent, you want to know the perfect thing, and bam, 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 bam. You know, I've definitely like instantly picked a person as Psylocke. It was pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. You just go like this, you go up in them, you go bam, and then bam, 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 and then they're dead. Kind of like Star-Lord, where the closer you are, the more damage you do. The good thing about her is that she can actually take away flyers. I've actually killed a few Iron Mans in my day as her. For Mr. Fantastic, I did a whole video on him, but he has changed quite a bit since then. But it's still the same principle. You want to get your elasticity up, and you can move your mouse or controller, whatever, so you can keep hitting them, even if you're not staring at them. So he's really helpful in that way. And then you actually get base health now instead of an overshield, which I don't like. I actually kind of miss the overshield instead of that. But when you're in that inflation station, yeah, I called it that. I'm going to keep that in. When you're in that inflated state, you can actually use your left shift ability, which is cool, I guess. Kind of nice. And yeah, instead of doing 5 per hit, I think it's 8 per hit now, which is pretty nice. For Johnny, it's kind of the same with Storm, except you actually want to be closer in on them. And of course, you want to use your right clicks. You're burning them and then connect them. You're doing a lot of damage. You can do a lot of crowd controlling. See how it's constantly doing damage to them? And then if somebody's attacking you, you need to quickly go away. You go bam! You become a little meteor. It's quite nice, actually. So think of his weapon as like a shotgun, because the closer you are, the more damage you do, actually. And I kind of like that. It's different from the other flyers. You see how it's doing damage of them being inside? It's quite nice. For Mantis, you want to just be able to hit your headshots. She actually still, to this day, has the most ammo, I believe, from the supports. Oh my gosh, they actually just changed it. I just realized that because I never play Mantis these days. It used to be 20, now it's 15. They definitely humbled her, what she needed. But you just want to hit your headshots, man. You just want to be doing this, given the right DPS, like the damage melters, like, you know, your wolf, your blade, your magic, the inspires. You can even give it to yourself if you're able to hit your headshots. And yeah, when you're getting pushed up, you just sleep them like that, and then you can just walk away, or you can like aim your headshot and then bam, they're dead. For Rocket, you're just honestly, I mostly do the no damage route, where you're just constantly healing all the time. Of course you can do damage. I feel like he's kind of weak, as I'm getting a lot of kills really quickly, but I feel like he's pretty weak from the other supports. But he's really good mobility when it comes to the walls. He is the fastest wall climber. Like, look how fast I'm going. You can just be a little rodent. I call him the little rodent when he's doing this. You can just get away from people. It's insane, kind of like Jeff when he's in the ground. And his ult ability has been buffed so much. It not only heals you, it gives you damage boosts and overshields now. That used to not be a thing. I really like that, actually. For Cloak and Dagger, they're pretty simple. I mean, you got auto aim, you know? And nowadays, I always forget about this, but you can hit a wall and it'll bounce onto your teammates. Look at that. It's quite nice for when you're in like Midtown and your teammates are up in the front at first when you're defending, you know? Like on that shelf. Like, for example, like this. And then I just make sure I aim the roof. Obviously, there's nobody up there to hit, but when you're Cloak, you just suck them, bruh, like this. You blind them, which also does damage, by the way. I like to save her right click for when I'm being attacked, but if I know I'm really safe and my tanks really need the healing and I really want to just get my ult charge up as fast as I can, I'll put it on them. I'll give it to them, but I try to save it for myself because that's the only way you can heal yourself. For Lunar, I will say just put your Snowflake on either your tank, your flanking DPS, somebody like that, because you can heal 2 people at once. You see how I'm healing them both at the same time? Of course, I couldn't do enough healing to save them. Let me try that again. You see how I'm healing them both now? And now they just recently added this in. You can put your Snowflake on yourself and you can self-heal. I like that actually a lot. As long as you're healing somebody else, you can heal yourself. For Adam, he gets his ult through damage. He's one of the few supports, if the only support, that actually gets his ult charge through his damage. And I would say when you want to use his E abilities, this ability, you want to use that when people are like below half. You want to use it when it's critical, because you don't want to just use that willy-nilly, because that's your main heal. And it does a lot of good healing. It literally can save your teammate, as I just did there to the spot. And of course, if you're like, if an ult's incoming, like a Psylocke or a Venom, you want to use your Soul Bond, because that gives a healing over time. It helps your teammates. And yeah, you just want to be constantly helping doing damage. For Jeff, I don't really have much to say since the last time I've talked about him, but you know, you have a limited time now being in the surface, so you want to use that wisely. You can still wall climb, which is really nice, and you have that speed boost, and of course it heals you. Obviously it's not doing it now because I'm not hurt, but you want to use your bubbles wisely. I'd say, like, you just want to put them on your team. You want to make sure you can aim that as well, because it gives them speed boost and healing over time, which is quite nice for when your tanks, like your Emma's, being attacked a lot. And of course, when you're being attacked, you want to use your right click, because that actually pushes them back off of you, which I personally hate when I'm attacking a Jeff. I hate when they do this to me. They just bully me with that. I can't stand it, bro. It's actually so annoying. Yeah, I say with his ult, you wanna, there's 2 ways of doing it, right? You want to do it like far away like this, and then you just wait for the perfect moment for when they're all there, and then just bam, eat them all up. But another way that I was doing a lot, I also like to do it when it's like right away, so they don't have time to react, which has been very helpful as well. It's definitely like a situational. For Invis Girl, she is actually really busted this season. They buffed her like crazy. She does the most healing for base healing, I'm pretty sure. Unless it's still Gambit. It's either her or Gambit, so I probably should have looked that up before I recorded, to be fair. But anyways, she's really good. You have a shield. You can even shield yourself now, which is very helpful. I love that a lot. You can double jump. She's very anti-dive with her push and her pull. And honestly, if I have like a diving DPS and they're getting low and they're trying to run away, I'll pull them back. I will go like this, I'll pull them back into my thing and they'll die. Her ult is amazing, so situationally awesome, and those times when you're like holding on to the point and you need that time, like overtime, it's insane. I really like her a lot. I would definitely recommend trying her. She's not the easiest to play because you kind of have to aim, but once you aim, it actually bounces back, so you're healing them twice technically. Same with damage. See, I'm hitting them twice. For Ultron, they've definitely changed him a lot since I've lorded him. He now has 2 drones, which is really helpful. I like that a lot. And now you can choose which person you enhance. Of course, it gives it to the other teammates, but you can start it on the person specifically, which is really nice. He's got that little mobility. He does a little less damage than he used to, but he's still very strong. Still a valued pick. I would say don't play him unless you feel like your team needs him. Because I actually just won a comp game as him because my team asked for him, and I was like, okay, if you're sure, if you want me to play Ultron, I will. And we ended up winning because the double drone has been very helpful. I'm glad that they added that in. Now for Gambit, y'all know I already did 2 videos on him, so I really don't have much to say. I just gotta say, you know, be up in their face, make sure you're aiming, know your positions, and yeah, go check out my video on him if you want to know more. That's really all the characters I have lorded so far. That's about half, roughly, at this moment. Of course, we have Deadpool, who's coming out soon. Yeah, I'm really liking this game still. I'm really excited to see who they're adding. Obviously, we know Deadpool's coming. We don't know which role yet, but I have my theories. Go check out my shorts if you're interested. And yeah, I'm gonna be having people lorded probably by the time this video is recorded and uploaded. Like Blade or Bruce, because Bruce is almost done. Blade is, I just hit Centurion with him. Wolverine's been Centurion for a good minute. Currently working on Loki, trying to get them to Captain. They're literally one game from Captain. Of course, I got Penny and Phoenix Captain, and yeah, like I'm having fun. So guys, go check out my streams because I've been on the grind on my streams, and I've been having a lot of fun. I'm really interested to see who I lord next because it's definitely a challenge now that I'm like, I don't have people that I'm like dying to lord now. I'm just like trying to just fill it up. Like I'm gonna get Daredevil done soon. I'm very excited to get down on him. I'm also really excited for Iron Fist, and of course Rogue. I hope this video was helpful. This has been my journey so far of how I'm loading every character, and I know there's some people that are kind of iffy about people who lord farm, but I love doing this. I love learning all the characters, knowing their abilities, knowing how to master them, and of course sharing my knowledge to other people. So I hope this helped, and if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, of course feel free to comment below and I'll be happy to help. And of course join my streams, join my Discord if you have any questions or if you want advice or help. I'd be more than happy to help you guys because that's the whole point of my summer camp. If you guys didn't know, I had a summer camp over the summer, the Rival Summer Camp that I'm hoping to do annually. So stay tuned for that, where I help people new and old get better at people or master new people if they want to try something different in a fun and safe environment. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.